What's up? Welcome to the courtroom.
I am Theo.
And I'm Oj. And in this podcast, we tell you stories about people's life, liberty, and property.
Ikwentuhan namin kayo about court rulings in a way that will make you understand jurisprudence like a 9-year-old.
All persons before the Honorable Supreme Court of the Philippines shall give their attention, for the court now commences.
So join us as we delve into true crime, political controversies, and all things started and chismis every week.
This is the story of Chiming Choi versus Court of Appeals and Gina Lau Choi.
On May 22, 1988, Gina Lau married Chiming Choi at the Manila Cathedral in Intramuros. After ng wedding reception sa South Villa, Makati, dumiretso sila sa bahay ng mom ni Chiming Choi. And there, they slept together on the same bed in the same room for the first night of their married life. Bilang may pang-cathedral sila, pero wala silang pang-hotel. Kaya yun.
Kumu-comment ka dyan. Affected. So, according kay Gina, contrary sa expectations niya as newlyweds, they were supposed to enjoy making love or having sexual intercourse with each other. Kaso, walang sexy time na naganap kasi kung si groom, tinalikuran lang siya at natulog. Baka naman pagod.
Talaga ba? The same thing happened on the second, third, and fourth nights. Hindi pa rin ginalaw si Gina Lau.
Ganun pa rin nangyari. So, kaya naman, to have a more private honeymoon, Gina arranged for a trip in Baguio to enjoy their first week as husband and wife.
Pero tong si Chiming Choi, sinama naman yung mga mommies nila, tito ni Gina, at yung pamangkin niya. 4 days sila sa Baguio and the whole time na nandun sila, wala pa ding nangyari dun sa mag-asawa. Dahil iwas pusoy daw itong si kuya, either he'll take a long walk during siesta time or matutulog lang.
Natulog naman sila na magkasama, same room, same bed, but no action. Since May 22, 1988 until March 15, 1989. 10 months? Awit. Sabi pa ni Gina, hindi daw sila nagkakitaan.
Nagkakitaan ng?
Never pa daw niya nakita yung private part ng hubby niya. And si Chiming, di pa din nakikita yung sa kanya. Hide and seek ang peg. So, because of this, they submitted themselves for medical examinations.
Sabi sa results, healthy, normal, and virgin pa din daw si Gina. Habang yung results at medication na binigay kay Chiming Choi was kept confidential up to this time.
Masikreto talaga si Kuya.
Oo.
Anyway, as per Gina, impotent and closet homosexual daw si Chiming since hindi siya nagpapakita na.
Grabe, mapanghusga.
Just choose your best and most favorite term to call it. And sabi pa ni Gina, na-observe niya din si Chiming na gumagamit ng eyebrow pencil and sometimes yung cleansing cream ng mother niya.
Baka ba ni Doso lang?
Pwede, diba? But more than that, pinakasalan lang daw siya to acquire or maintain his residency status dito sa Philippines and to publicly maintain the appearance of a normal man.
Gina was so distressed with her situation, so she filed the annulment of marriage on the ground of psychological incapacity against her uncaring husband Chiming Choi in the Regional Trial Court of Quezon City.
Pero, ang defense ni Chiming, if maa-annul yung marriage nila by reason of psychological incapacity, fault daw yon nung wife niya. Although, ayaw naman daw niya na ma-annul yung marriage nila kasi, number 1, love na love niya daw yung si Gina. 2, he has no defect on his part and he is physically and psychologically capable. And 3, since the relationship is still very young, and if there is any differences between the two of them, it can still be reconciled. Kung meron man incapabilities on either one of them, there is no certainty that this will not be cured. If may defect man, makukure daw yun ng medical technology or science.
Inamin naman ni Chiming Choi na mula nang kinasal sila until maghiwalay sila a year after, walang naging sexual contact between them. Pero dahil lang daw yon, laging umiiwas si Gina na makipag-sex sa kanya. In fact, whenever he caress her private parts daw, inaalis daw ito ni Gina. Minsan pa nga daw sinubukan niya to medyo force his wife to have sex with him. Pero di niya tinuloy because Gina was shaking and she did not like it.
Meron daw 2 reasons as per Chiming why Gina filed this case. Kasi daw, 1, natatakot si Gina na pilitin siyang ibalik yung mga jewelry ng nanay niya. And 2, kasi i-consummate ni Chiming yung marriage. Sorry, medyo nalalabuan ako dun sa reasons ni Chiming Pero, basta, ini-insist ni Chiming na yung marriage nila will remain valid kasi bata pa naman daw sila and may chance pa to overcome their differences.
Di ba Chiming said na physically and psychologically capable siya. So, para malaman ng court if impotent ba tong si Chiming Choi, his organ was examined by Dr. Sergio Alteza Jr. And the result was submitted on his doctor's medical report. Gusto malaman?
Ito na ba yung unveiling moment? Malalaman na ba natin kung ano ba talaga ang tinatago ni Mr. Chiming Choi?
To find out whether or not he has an erection, pinag-masturbate siya ni Dr. Alteza, where it was found out that the original size of 2 inches or 5 centimeters of the penis of Chiming Choi lengthened by 1.1 inches on a soft erection. Meaning, even with the 3 inches and 1 centimeter sexual organ, Dr. Alteza said that Chiming Choi is still capable of further erection and of having sexual intercourse with the woman. Therefore, there is no evidence of impotency.
Trial court ruled in favor of Gina and declared the marriage void. Inapil ni Chiming sa Court of Appeals, but the CA affirmed the trial court's decision. So, ano ngayon ang masasabi ng Supreme Court? The size matter. Yung pala yung naging issue. Hindi.
Hoy, sobra siya!
Hindi pala yung tanong. Ang issue dito is if Chiming Choi is psychologically incapacitated. Since, under Article 36 of the Family Code, isa yung psychological incapacity sa mga grounds for the annulment of marriage.
So, in this case, the court ruled that yes, a senseless and protracted refusal to consummate the marriage is equivalent to psychological incapacity. Meaning, if a spouse, although physically capable, like Chiming Choi, simply refuses to perform his or her essential marriage obligation and the refusal is senseless and constant, then the cause is attributed to psychological incapacity than to just stubborn refusal. In this case, Chiming Choi admitted that he did not have sexual relations with his wife after almost 10 months of cohabitation, and it's proven naman that he is not suffering from any physical disability, but this abnormal reluctance or unwillingness to consummate his marriage is a strong indication of a serious personal disorder which, to the mind of the court, clearly demonstrate an utter insensitivity or inability to give meaning and significance to their marriage within the meaning of psychological incapacity under Article 36 of the Family Code.
Kaso diba Chiming claims that he wanted to have sex naman with Gina. And etong si Gina daw ang may ayaw. Pero upon the court's examination of the evidence, hindi daw kapanipaniwala yung claim ni Chiming Choi kasi almost 10 months sila magkasama at magkatabi sa iisang bed. Hindi naman siya physically impotent and kiniklaim niya naman din na super love niya din yung wife niya. Pero walang nangyari kasi daw ayaw ni wifey. As per Supreme Court, doubtful daw kasi yun yung sinasabi ni Chiming Choi. Kasi di niya man lang inassert yung right niya. And besides, let's say true nga na si Gina was suffering from incapacity. Di man lang daw nag-seek si Chiming ng court action. Instead, si Gina pa yung gumawa nun because of her frustration of her husband's inadequacy in their marriage. Sabi pa ng court, Considering the innate modesty of the Filipino woman, it is hard to believe that she would expose her private life to public scrutiny para lang mag-fabricate ng testimony against her husband. Kasi usually, social concept. Sa babae, nakakahiya na ibulgar yung mga ganito ka-sensitive na content. Like siya yung nag-i-initiate, things like that. Tapos, yun pa yung pag-uusapan sa korte, yung about sa sex life niya.
Bukod doon, Chiming Choy also contends that the alleged refusal of both of them to have sex with each other means na pareho silang psychological incapacitated. Pero, syempre, wala naman talagang way for the trial court to find out kung sino, doon sa mag-asawang nagsasabi ng totoo, kung sino talagang totoong ayaw makipag-sex kung kanino. Ang clear fact lang is that walang nangyari sa kanilang dalawa. Anyway, the action to declare the marriage void naman may be filed by either of them. So, yung fact na who refuses whom is immaterial and really not significant.
Dahil nga, one of the essential marital obligations under the family code, family code rather, is to procreate children based on the universal principle that procreation of children through sexual cooperation is the basic end of marriage. Constant non-fulfillment of this obligation will destroy the integrity or wholeness of marriage.
Thus, the Supreme Court can do no less but to sustain the judgment of the Court of Appeals, since the gravity of the failed relationship in which Chiming Choy and Gina Lau found themselves trapped in is already mired with unfulfilled vows and unconsummated marital obligation.
So, to end, the Supreme Court emphasized the apparent absence of empathy between Chiming and Gina. Empathy kasi is a shared feeling which must be experienced between husband and wife, not only by having spontaneous sexual intimacy, but a deep sense of spiritual communion. Because marital union
Union ba to?
marital union is a two-way process. So, an expressive interest in each other's feelings at the time it is needed by the other can go a long way in deepening the marital relationship. Marriage, as per the Supreme Court,
Ang tricycle, sorry po. Sa kalsada kasi kami
so, marriage, as per the Supreme Court, is definitely not for children.
Sabi kasi yung mga bata matulog na.
Paano nila maririnig advice natin? Kids, wag mo na magpakasal. But, rather, for two consenting adults who view the relationship with love, amor genit amorem.
Genit.
Ano ka ba? Tatawanan mo. Sinerch ko pa yan. Aside from that, respect, sacrifice, and a continuing commitment to compromise, conscious of its value as a sublime social institution. If you guys like this audiogram, please listen to the full episode on Spotify or on your favorite podcast app, where you can hear our insights on this case. Again, this is Oj
And Theo, leaving you with a reminder to always look back in history because precedent shall rule the future.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in the courtroom.
Bye!